So my name's Jamie and I'm an amateur rider based in Scotland, and I've spent the last 5 years building a YouTube channel. I'm basically trying to capture my riding around Scotland and further afield. I've been really lucky in the action camera technology now is incredible. And in the right lighting conditions, the images you get from cameras is truly amazing. However, the reality is that mountain biking involves recording footage in some of the toughest lighting conditions out there. So many people, including myself, have bought cameras, taken them out into the forest, clicked the record button, taken a load of footage, got home, looked at it, and it's awful. And in fact, for me and for many, actually sometimes we just have to stop filming in winter and just cannot film certain trails. So I am super excited about this camera. I've tested it now for a number of weeks in a number of locations, and there is no other camera out there at the moment that can capture low light footage at the quality that this camera can. So I've decided to make this video specifically for mountain bikers, looking at the features for mountain bikers that make this the go-to camera for anyone wanting to film their mountain biking. There's chapters in the videos so that you can find your way around and look for the information you need. And worth noting, towards the end of the video, I'm going to share with you the settings that you can use to get footage that will bring your videos to life. And if you were in doubt at how good this camera is, check out some of this footage.
It's like a kind of rocky, oh my god! Jeez.
Okay, so let's take a closer look at the camera itself. So we got the lens, we got dual screens, one on the back, one on the front. So the real magic happens behind this lens where we have a 1/1.3 inch sensor. Now, without complicating it and keeping it simple, this is a bigger sensor than most action cameras on the market. What that means is we can get more light to the sensor, which is really the magic behind the awesome low light footage that you can see on screen now. That lens there captures super wide, 155 degrees, super wide view. Now for me, for mountain biking, that's super important because in actual fact, what it allows us to do, it allows us to get a real sense of speed flowing through the forest, shows all the handlebars, absolutely fantastic. On the front, we've got two microphones located here. This little section here is a little light sensor for white balance for photos, not so important for what I do. So the sound itself from these is really incredible. I've ridden with these completely open and the sound quality is excellent.
Holy! Whoa!
Really cool feature on this is how it connects. This base here, we've got a magnetic base here with two clips. So loving this magnetic mount, by the way. This is, for me, the fact you can take the camera on and off. Let's put it on. Clip that there. There we go, we got it already on. Let's go and hit this trail. For me, this is one of the standout features from the camera. You can easily take the camera off and on, meaning you don't have to change helmets, various things like that. The other thing that's super important for this, for filming, is it means the mount is always in the same position. You don't have to go and adjust your camera position every time you take the camera on and off. Super simple design. We've got a port there for connecting to the computer. In here, we have our battery storage, an SD card. One thing noting about this DJI Osmo 4 is the battery life is really fantastic. You actually get up to 160 minutes of battery life, and these things actually charge up to 80% within 18 minutes. It's absolutely bonkers. Another thing that's really cool is the charger itself. You can buy that as an option. Incredible little piece of kit. So as I said, this camera is all about the image quality, especially in low light. So what I'm going to do just now is I'm going to talk you through some settings that you can use on the camera that will get you good low light footage. Now first and foremost, I think one of the things to know is you can get really good footage on auto settings. So out the box, you want to run this camera at 4K 30. It comes with incredible stabilisation. DJI call the stabilisation Rocksteady. There are various versions of Rocksteady, Rocksteady Plus, and also like horizon leveling, but the setting you want to take is Rocksteady. The reason for this is anything more than Rocksteady tends to crop in the image, and you lose the advantage of that ultra wide field of view. You also want to be filming at 4K 30. 4K 30 gives a really nice image quality and you get a really good idea for speed. 4K 30 in my opinion gives the most immersive footage. Beneficial to record at 4K because if you're going to upload the footage later to YouTube or any other social media platform, those platforms will compress the image. So 4K means you get the best image so that when it's uploaded it still looks really good.
And interested to see how we do now with this Osmo Action 4 on auto on a chest mount in a really dark forest, because if there's anything or any environment that will kill a camera's capabilities, it's in the dark and on a chest mount. Because in the dark we start to do funny things with shutter speeds which kind of impinge on the stabilisation, but also being a chest mount which is not as secure as a chin creates further challenges for a chest mount. So let's see if we can get a full horrible low light test and see how it performs. Low light chest cam, see how it manages it, if it manages it. Whoa! Whoa. So we're in the sun now, and now about to head back into the dark. Yeah. Yo. Whoa.
Okay, so I want to talk you through this particular footage. Now this footage was shot in some of the trickiest conditions you can film in, really dark, wet trails with changing light. Now ordinarily action cameras just cannot film in these conditions. I've used GoPro cameras in these conditions and you just cannot get an image that in my opinion is particularly watchable. The secret to this image is using those settings on the screen now. These settings will get you perfect footage every time. You can now film in 10-bit and D-Log-M. Sounds very fancy, but really what this is, it gives you an image that you can then go and edit. What it also does is with the correct settings is it actually improves the quality of the low light image you get. You can see from this footage, the video that actually comes out is quite flat looking, but with some adjustments you can turn it from this to this, and from this to this, and from this to this. So in conclusion, I hope this has given you some really useful information about the DJI Osmo Action 4. I've got to say, it is just a standout piece of kit from DJI. I think they have absolutely upped the game of action cameras. It stands out for me because I think there's two things that make this incredible. Firstly, the off-the-shelf settings, i.e. the settings that you can just stick on auto, get out on the trail. There is no other action cam on the market just now that in full auto settings, in my opinion, manages to capture footage as good as the Action 4. But the second thing I love about it is the fact that with a bit of pro tuning, especially filming in the D-Cinelog 10-bit, you can now get footage that is absolutely mind-blowing. The quality of the footage in the low light is just something else. So pricing obviously always changes, so I'm going to give you some UK prices correct as of this video release. Currently the Osmo Action 4 standard combo is £289, which is an absolute steal. What I would say though is you can get some different combos. The one that I would recommend is the Osmo Action 4 Adventure combo. Reason being, you get this really cool battery charger, you get plenty batteries, you also get a couple of those magnetic clips. It's just the best package in my opinion if you want to make mountain bike videos. So in 2024, in my opinion, if you're going to buy an action camera, there's actually only one choice. It is the DJI Osmo Action 4.